welcome to Hustle Skirt with your host, Debra Gould. Now, you know, my show mantra is economic equity every day for everyone. I am so thrilled about my guest today. I'm going to introduce her in a moment, but I also want for those who for a first timer or who is following Debra on my social media channel, my podcast here that I've been launching for a couple of months now. But real quickly, who is Debra Gould? I am Debra Washington Gould, the president and CEO of Debra Gould and Associate Inc., a management, consulting, and training firm. Please visit my website at www.gouldasssoc.com. So let me just frame hustle skirt when you hear those words. It means a lot to me because in my everyday business development, how I move throughout the business community and the service and professional services, there are some extraordinary women that I've been blessed along the way who has been just an influence, an inspiration. They are very intentional. And so as I continue to grow my business, these are individuals that you're going to see spotlighted on Hustle Skirt who are doing exactly what I'm saying. We're all about, and we come from an abundance mentality. Rarely are there women in my network who even fathom scarcity mentality because we're always looking and searching for ways how to reach out and help each other. So my guest today is just happened to be one of those extraordinary women, Miss Angelina Parker. She is the president and CEO of CompuCure, Inc. She's the SBA certified WOSB Hub Zone. That acronym, Woman-Owned Small Business. Please check her out at www.compucure.com. That's www.compucure.com. But let me tell you more about this extraordinary woman. Angelina displays exceptional communication, financial professionalism, outstanding customer service with knowledge of business operation. She enjoys reading, sports, and spending time with family and friends. So I'm going to put a pin on that so you have a moment to say hi to, as my listening audience, to what I like to say, hello, AP.
Hello, Debra. Thank you so much for that introduction. It was so great and empowering.
You deserve it. You deserve it and more. So we're going to kick this off because the whole intent of Hustle Skirt is to spotlight and showcase these extraordinary women who has been a blessing, my sister soldier, who are doing amazing things globally, nationally, regionally, and locally. So I want you to speak truth to your power in terms of how you move as a mover and shaker in the business community, the blessing that you are to both men and women in the business community as an advocate, a mentor, someone who serves on many boards and commissions. So with that being said, how are you? And tell me what life is like in the world of AP today.
I'm doing great today. Life with AP is a roller coaster, but guess what? I keep getting on it.
That's the way we roll. But
yes.
You know, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions so we can engage and have our listening audience to revisit this particular interview as often as they want to, because you're going to share with everybody. So one of the things I would like to find out real quick is, what is the best praise or constructive or useful feedback you have received by family, friends, business colleagues, advocacy, business groups?
The one thing that I received that has stuck with me throughout my life has been from my dad. And he said to me, don't burn unnecessary bridges. Now, when he told it to me, I was young, didn't quite understand it. But it was something I was able to carry through business, through family, through friends, just through conversations. It's something that where it actually makes me pause and think, how do I handle this? What is the right way to handle this? Because he always said, you never know who you're going to come across again. So that has been very genuine.
Okay. Now, I share with my audience that you are the president and CEO of CompuCure, Inc. Can you say a little bit more about your professional services, being a SBA certified WOSB? And if I'm not mistaken, weren't you honored as the SBA Company of the Year?
Actually, it wasn't with SBA. It was actually with USDA.
Okay.
Company was awarded. We did a project for them, and it saved a lot of money. And we also were able to recycle a lot of the old wires. So we did get Company of the Year from them. CompuCure, so I'm going to tell my age a little. We started out as break and fix, right? You remember the day you brought the computer in, somebody fixed it, you didn't know what to do with it. Now it evolved into IT, which stands for information technology. And that covers anywhere from network support, cybersecurity. It's used, sometimes just a simple user issue. But that's the areas where we come in and kind of take some of those burdens off of our clients.
Am I correct in saying that one of the things I may have read about with CompuCure is your company's slogan, rebooting expectations?
Yes, rebooting expectations. We're living in a fully scaled IT industry now. Everybody's using a computer or some form of it, but there's still that fear of what's going on with that data. Am I going to be hacked, or how do I prevent this? And so what we do, we come in and we kind of reboot some of those expectations and let you know it is a safe place to be. There's just some things you have to put in place to make sure that you don't have any of those problems.
Understand. So what is the hardest part of being an entrepreneur?
I would say, especially starting out, is creating a balance. When you're an entrepreneur, it is you. Everything about that is something that you created. It's something that came from your heart. It's you. And so sometimes you may tend to overwork yourself at times where maybe you could have been enjoying yourself a little more, but finding that balance between being an entrepreneur and also giving that time for yourself.
Now, you just blessed and gift someone with that, especially startup, finding that balance. Because as an entrepreneur, we can typically, we don't know what a core 8 or 10-hour day. We can easily go 14, 16 hours and even 7 days a week, finding that balance. So you truly have just given a golden nugget to our listening audience. What would you change about your business journey if you could go back?
If I could go back, I think I would change not being so conservative. I'm a very conservative person, and I think that has been something that has hurt me in the past. I want to know the statistics, right? What are my chances if I go left, or should I go right? And sometimes you just got to take that chance.
Take that leap.
Take the leap.
Oh, I'll tell you, that was a giant leap to speak your truth, because trust me, you have helped someone. I'm similar in a business analytical mind state and conservative, but as you can see, AP, in 2023, I am embracing my gray. I am have freedom. I'm going all out. And so some of those same things that you just shared about conservative, I was that gray suit, that navy blue, that brown, that business attire. And so there are just some things that I'm doing with accessory, with makeup. And I'm liking this Debra Ann Washington Gould,
So you
president.
took that leap. You
Yeah,
took that leap.
exactly. Exactly. So, I mentioned this show, my theme is about economic equity every day for everyone. And even in your IT company and what you have talked about from the inception to where you are now, many years in your business, you're still very active in the community, making a difference. I'd say that abundance can be a thing of resource, time, your knowledge, your talent, and also being a financial contributor to help others. So when I think of the importance of defining equality and equity, to me, we should all know, especially for our minority folks, two different concepts and thoughts. So I often say, how do you describe equity? If you can give me one word.
Well, equity, my one word would probably be empowerment. Initially, it doesn't start off that way, right? And so as you grow and you begin to do that, I think sharing that and sharing your journey with others and helping them along the way is something that's priceless.
Absolutely. I agree. In framing equality and being a successful business and you have staff, you've been blessed with many contracting opportunities in the federal marketplace, perhaps with the state, local government, and private sector. But over your business journey, when you think about framing equality, have you ever had to handle a situation when a team member was not accepting of another team member's background?
Yes. And so what we did was two things we did. One was we had an event. And it was actually bowling. So when you do bowling, you have to create teams. And so we put the same people on that team together. And they learned some things about each other. And the other thing is we like to make sure we let everyone know not everyone custom is the same, but that doesn't make it wrong.
Right.
So we would have these meetings and talks, and then we would allow a different person to be in charge of the meeting. And that helped us a lot. That helped us.
Wonderful. That's a wonderful share with our audience today. So I told you we were going to keep it ease, fun, and one more thing I would like to ask you. Are you doing anything special, fun this weekend?
Well, I did it last weekend. I went to French Quarter Fest last weekend.
Oh, I missed it.
It was enjoyable. That's the longest I stayed out there. I had a great time. Perfect weather. It was a great time. This weekend, I got to put my hustle skirt on. I got to work. I have to do some work this weekend. But guess what? That's fun too because it has a mission involved in it.
Okay, all right. Now we're at the end of our Hustle Skirt podcast for today, but I would like to have you just share your information, your website with our audience. Today, my guest is Angelina M. Parker. I like to call her AP. She is the president and CEO of CompuCure, Inc. I'm going to let her tell you her website and any other contact information in case you want to reach her. But let me just remind you, you will have several ways, multiple ways that you can reach out to her. But I want you to hear from the lips of AP. How can you best contact her?
Yes, so CompuCure Inc., as I mentioned, we're an IT company. We serve small businesses, as Debra mentioned, federal, state, and local government. You can reach us at, the website so you can learn about us is www.compucure.com. I emphasize cure. We care, but we want to cure your issues. And you can also reach me. My email address is Parker, APARKER, CompuCure.com. And the phone number is 504-486-7741. Thank you so much, Debra.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to hang out with my buddy and someone who's doing exceptionally well. And I'm just so proud of you and your company. Make sure you say hello to Patricia for me. And on that note, we're going to wrap up today's Hustle Skirt podcast. But one of the things I always like to close out by reminding my listening audience about the objective is to empower you to speak power. Get yourself ready for turbocharge. We are women that you're watching on Hustle Skirt to embrace change in our own vision. Hopefully that we can say something that would help you to get fired up about your vision, your mission, and purpose. So stay fired up, stay in tune with podcasts. And on that note, just remember, it's about economic equity every day for everyone. I am Debra Washington Gould. Until we meet again, take care. And once again, Madam AP, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.